Welcome to court. We're courting. No, we're not courting. We're not courting. We're not courting. We're in legal court to getting married. Congratulations! Play the wedding song. This video idea came up because we were arguing over who the better superhero was. Not in
Right,
the
because they're
sense
really.
that, like, they're the better superhero because they're cooler, but the sense that, like, they're a good person or not.
Oh, I think they're both good people.
I don't think
But,
Iron
like,
Man's a good person.
okay, then that's what I was saying. I was going to be on defense this episode because I'm chill, but then, like, you're attacking my guy, so then I'm going to, like, be defensive. That's what this episode's going to be. Is, like, you're going to attack my bro.
Because I was like, I think I asked you the question of who the better billionaire philanthropist.
Right, because they're really similar
Batman
characters,
or
right?
Iron
Is
Man.
they both don't have any, like, superpowers, but they're both smart billionaire, like, philanthropist superheroes.
Yeah.
So then, like, you can compare them, and then that's why this is happening as a debate. Because they're similar characters, but they're also very different characters.
Yeah.
So here we are. I just think the thing is, like, I don't need to debate because I don't need to convince you that I'm right. Like, your comfort character is Batman and my comfort character is Iron Man, and I'm like, we
Yeah,
can coexist with that.
that's
Dude, testosterone has called me down so much because I used to be so argumentative, and now I'm like, we don't need to debate. We
that's
can like our own
surprising, 'cause
characters.
I thought testosterone like enraged people.
It's like made me so like calm and comfortable that like I'm just like chill now. Basically, I think I feel more secure in myself, and that results in me not needing to feel defensive and argumentative. Okay, do you want to like state your case? Should we have like a let's do this like a courtroom, like we're each gonna do our like opening
I don't know
statement,
how
gentlemen of
court
the jury.
works.
Make your like opening statement, and then I'll make my opening statement, and
We
then
should
we'll
have a
argue, and then we'll do
judge.
closing statements. Okay, I'll let you go first since I'm on
I
defense.
just want to say that I did minimal research for this, and I
Me
feel
too,
like
me
I
too.
should have prepped better.
Me too. Sorry, I can't interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, sit down. So, hi, I'm Soul. I will be defending Batman for this case. I don't know how court works. My client is Batman and only Batman, not any other man. And I think that Batman is the better billionaire philanthropist superhero. That's my statement. What else do I say?
Members of the jury, I am here to present my minimally researched case that Iron Man is a better superhero than Batman. Today, I will be discussing the fact that he has character development, which is something I think is important for a superhero to have. I think it's important that he built his suit himself. And, quite frankly, I think that the first three phases of the MCU are about Iron Man's character development to show that he is a selfless person. And he may not start out perfect, but over the course of the three phases, he grows and he ends up sacrificing himself to save the universe. And I think that that's really important.
So are you?
I also.
Sorry, I'm just clarifying. Clarifying question. Clarifying question.
Yes, go ahead.
Are you only defending MCU Iron Man and not
I
Iron
think
Man as a whole?
I can defend Iron Man as a whole. However, I think defending MCU Iron Man would be easiest just because that's the most well known. Like, I read a couple Iron Man comics, and like watched the little like mini TV shows, but I think for the purposes today, it would be easiest to just go with MCU Iron Man. So let's do that. For reasons that I will get into later, I think that although both of them are genius billionaire playboy philanthropists who were orphaned at a young age and used their intelligence to fight crime, Iron Man is superior.
This is gonna be a very civilized debate.
I feel like it. Like if you like get personal, then like you can piss me off
How
in
can
this,
I get
and then
personal with this?
I don't know. Iron Man is like like a really important comfort character to me. I really like the fact that he has anxiety issues, and like you see him that even though he's like this rich, smart superhero guy, he still has like panic attacks. So like that was like really important representation for me when I was like 14 years old to see on TV. So he's like a really personal character to me.
Batman also has panic attacks.
There we go. 1 point for each of them. So why is Batman the better superhero?
Right. So Batman is the better superhero, billionaire philanthropist. One. I'm not gonna start off super strong, you know. I'm gonna start off with like a smaller point, but he adopts children who are homeless or in need of help and or orphans or have had similar experiences to him and take them in as his children. And then he trains them to do crime fighting, but only if they want
Okay.
to.
I was gonna say, if I don't truly believe this, but I was gonna say it would be funny if I like rebutted that. Like playing devil's advocate here, you could consider it a bad thing that this billionaire vigilante. If I was like being J. Jonah Jameson over here, like this asshole vigilante is taking in vulnerable children and putting them into harm's way intentionally.
No.
Bad.
Only if they want to. Only if they want
But
to.
can a child consent to being put into those situations? Is he adopting children out of the goodness of his heart?
Yes.
Or is he doing it with the hopes of having a sidekick?
No. He looks at them and then he sees himself in these kids because they have experienced something similar to him. Like Nightwing, when he was a kid, he was in the circus, right? That's why he can do all those
Right.
flips and
Oh,
stuff.
Hawkeye too. I love comic book Hawkeye. Like MCU Hawkeye's trash, but comic book Hawkeye, one of my favorite superheroes. And he ran away and was in the circus, and that's where he learned to like shoot cool tricks with the bow and arrow.
Exactly. And so this is where Nightwing learns. That's why he's like so flexible and can do like flips and stuff.
Mm.
And so his parents were killed. And so he became an orphan. And so Batman came over and was like, I see you and me because that happened to me. And so he kind of like took him in and was like, hey, we're going to find the people that killed your parents and we're going to get revenge, you know? And so they did that.
I guess I want to start out with the fact that in Iron Man 1, this is really hit on in like all of the Iron Man movies, but basically he built his suit himself with a box of scraps in a cave using just like that's how smart he is. And like they had multiple times they had scientists, they had like the world's best like militaries like trying to replicate his suit with all of the resources available to him, and they were like, this technology is impossible, it can't be done. Like you can't make an arc reactor that's small, you can't like they like all of the world powers and so many scientists were like being paid like with infinite resources to figure out how to replicate his work, and they couldn't do it. So that's why I think it's silly when people are like, "Oh, like he doesn't have any superpowers. He's just like he just has a suit." Is like he's the only person who can make that suit, and because he's just extremely smart, and I think that's really cool.
Batman also built his suit in a cave.
Something else about his suit is it's not like explicitly stated, but if you watch the first three phases of the MCU, any time that his suit was compromised, like he lost a fight or something went wrong, you can see like in the next movie that issue was fixed with like something that else that happened. Like in Civil War, Ant-Man went between the gaps in his suit. So the next time you see Iron Man's suit in Infinity War, it's nanotech with no gaps. Or like it had an icing problem, so like he fixed it. That was more explicitly stated, but if you went too high, it would ice over. And he used that to defeat a bad guy, and he fixed the problem by using like a different metal in his own suit. And like there's just many times you see that he fixes like a vulnerability that he had by the time you're in the next movie. And it's really subtle sometimes, and I think it's cool. while we're talking about building and just like his intellect, I do want to say that he does a lot of smart things outside of being a superhero. He essentially can build anything that he puts his mind to, like whatever he gets hyper focused on. Like he created nanotech, he created time travel, he created vision. He discovered a new element like really casually and just was like, "Damn, I'm smart." Like he just like
Created vision.
was like, "Oh, hey, this is a new element." Like he went to like MIT and graduated, and then he like gives back and he funds new like graduate projects at MIT and like gives them the money to fund their technology to just like random students who go to the school he went to, and that's a really nice philanthropic thing to do.
Oh, you know what Batman does?
Does he do philanthropy too?
Yeah, Batman
Holy
essentially
shit!
like funds everything good in the city. He like builds orphanages and he like funds like almost every charity. It builds everything in the city because he's the richest guy there, and his parents were like the ultra nicest people in the city, and they were like they're funding everything, and so he does that to like
That's really
keep up
cool. Does he do it because he's a good person or for his image?
both.
Both.
Why not both?
Why not both?
I guess I'll pull out my number one.
Oh, I'm not at my number one yet, buddy.
My number one is that he doesn't kill people.
I really like that. I agree with you on that.
He's never killed a person intentionally, and he always puts himself first, especially with his family.
I do want to say that I once we like in the MCU from like the point where we see Tony Stark onward, like he kills like aliens during Avengers, but like I feel like any person that dies is more of like a casualty of a situation that like they couldn't save than someone he like intentionally kills. Like other than like alien creatures, can you think of anyone Iron Man intentionally kills?
Company that was funding all the worlds.
No, I'm gonna get into that. That's why I said from the point we're introduced to him onwards. I did clarify that. From the point we're introduced to him onwards. He definitely doesn't have like a code like Batman does, and I agree with you on that. But what he does do, and this is like a plot of conflict in a lot of movies, is he feels like a lot of guilt about people he couldn't stop from dying. And that's what leads to Civil War, right? Is like this random kid died as like a casualty, and he was like, shit, we need to be held accountable for our actions because we just let civilians die, and that's not okay. Like, and like a lot of, yeah, he just has like a lot of guilt surrounding casualties in battles. Anyway, what I'm going to get to is how he did own a weapons company, and that's bad. I do not condone pre-movie one Tony Stark's actions. What I'm going to say is he inherited that company from his father, who got really well funded doing his weapons stuff during World War II. And at the beginning of Iron Man, you do see that a lot of his ability to do philanthropy comes from selling the weapons, and he didn't know the weapons were going to bad people. And as soon as he found out the weapons were going to bad people,
weapons. What good?
I agree. I agree.
What like that?
I agree. As
The
soon,
weapons are bad people.
yes, I agree with you. As soon as he saw the real life harm that his weapons were causing, he stopped all of the production of weapons from his company, which all of like the shareholder people were so pissed about, and they tried to like kick him out of the company. It was a whole business thing because that's how they made all their money, and he was like, absolutely not. This hurts people, and we're not doing this anymore. Like like he was just inherited this company that he grew up. Obviously he was old enough to know better, but just like the way he was raised, I suppose he just never realized that this caused real life harm to people. His father taught him, and he thought that having big weapons would keep peace. Like people wouldn't fight because they would be scared of the big bad weapons. But then as soon as he realized that that wasn't true, he stopped building the weapons. And I think that that shows that although he didn't start out perfect, he was capable of realizing his mistakes, and he immediately acted to fix his like errors as soon as he realized that they were wrong. And I think that that doesn't make him a bad person. And then he went on to use his company to do a lot of good things. Like he made his company like 100% clean energy, and that's really cool. Climate change. Yeah. And he worked really hard to like protect the Earth from outer space attacks, which like no one else really seemed to be doing, even though the Earth was attacked by aliens. Everyone else was just like, okay, damn, guess there's aliens. And he's like, hold up, our planet was attacked by aliens. We should try and protect it. And he tried to basically make a shield for Earth, and it didn't turn out well, but he tried to protect Earth. So he uses his company now to clean energy and to make the world a better place. And I think that that's good. That as soon as he realized his weapons company was bad, he shut it down. And he should have realized sooner. Like he was old enough to know better, but he was raised with it, and he was taught that it was helping the world.
Batman doesn't take a single night off, ever. He works
That's cool.
24 hours a day, 25 days a week, 65 days a year. All day, all the time. That man never lets go, never stops.
Bro never sleeps.
Never sleeps. He has saved the world on occasion as well. Usually he's
That was so funny. He's also dabbled in saving the world a few times.
Like, yeah, he's mostly just like with him in his city. But like he also is a part of the Justice League, which helps the world and helps the stay alive, which is cool.
That's really cool. Like I said, he does not start out perfect, but that's what I like about him as a fictional character, is that you always see him over the course of 10 years learn from his mistakes and grow as a character and as a hero. Like I said, he improves his suit over time, and I just like being able to see characters develop on screen. I like that his mistakes end up making him stronger, and like I said, the fact that he built his suit is cool because people are always like, oh, he just has a suit. But, like, he did that. Like, it exists because of him, and no one else could do that. And also, the whole plot of Iron Man 3 is that he is also capable without a suit because he's smart and, like, knows how shit works. So, like, Iron Man 3, bro has panic. I love Iron Man 3. Most people don't like it. It's, like, one of my favorite movies.
Out of all of them.
So many, like, the general public dislikes Iron Man 3. It's always rated towards like the bottom, like with Thor 2, which I think is horrible. I know. Iron Man 3 is everything to me. He has his little panic attacks, and there's this cute little kid that he like adopts and helps him out, and like he like sends him like technology after he gets home safe. See, he helps random children too. And I'm sure he maintained a good relationship with the kid because he was at his funeral. And yeah, the whole plot of that movie is he's also good without his suit, and I like that. But also, people try and make a point a lot that he's like selfish, but it's really just like a mask, because I feel like he proves time and time again that he's a very selfless character, but people keep making him prove it. Like, I feel like people hold him to a very high standard to prove he's selfless that they don't hold other characters to. Like, in the very first Avengers movie, he went and took, like, the nuke to outer space, like, fully sacrificing himself. When earlier in the movie, Captain America was like, you're not the type of guy to sacrifice yourself. And then at the end of the movie, he did, and he went and he took a nuke to space, fully thinking he was just gonna die in space. Then he had PTSD from that, and then in Endgame, he literally sacrificed himself and died to, like, save billions of lives. And, like, he just, like, I feel like he just proves over and over again that he is very selfless and willing to die to save other people. And I feel like people hold him to a really weirdly high standard about that.
I think Iron Man is selfish.
I just explained how multiple times he, like, gave up his life to help other people, and you're like, I think he's selfish. What? What?
I just wanted to see if
you can tell that Tony Stark is like a good person with how he is with his daughter. Like, he had a really shitty dad growing up, and he had a daughter, and he like quit doing everything. Like, bro just like retired from like being a superhero and like being a business guy, and he just like spends time with his daughter, and like he's like genuinely a good dad, and you can tell they have a good relationship. I think you can tell a lot about a man by the relationship he has with his daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Iron Man does not have a secret identity, so everything he does, like in both as a guy and as a hero, like as Tony Stark and as Iron Man, he has to take accountability for his actions, and they impact each other. So like he like can't fuck up at one or the other because they're connected because he's not secret.
Well, Batman.
And he does not have to spend time focusing on a double life. Batman has a secret identity. He's more of a vigilante, and
Yeah. But Batman.
he does not have to take accountability for his actions.
Well, Batman never needs to take accountability for his actions.
You got me there. He doesn't fuck up, so there's no need.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so funny. You win.
Like, you know, all he does is good. The police just hate him because they do better than, because he does better than them, and they're corrupt, and they're doing things that are hurting them because they're selfish and want money. Batman is like the main persona. Like, Bruce Wayne's just like a cover up for an alibi to like keep his identity secret. He only ever goes out as Bruce Wayne for like publicity reasons, or to like create a fake alibi.
I
Batman
think
died.
it's healthier that Tony Stark and Iron Man are like one, because he doesn't have to just like use one of his lives as a cover up for the other. I think Tony Stark has a healthier relationship with being a superhero. I think
You know,
Batman
that's
is like
fair.
too obsessed with being a little crime fighter. Like, I don't think it's good for his mental health.
It's not. He's very mentally ill in this sense.
And like, I know Tony Stark has anxiety and PTSD, but like that's to be expected with being a superhero. But like Batman's like a little psychotic.
Yeah, he
like,
doesn't know how to take it down a notch.
yeah, like he goes too hard.
Yeah.
He does not have a healthy balance in his life at all.
Yeah. He refuses to take a vacation.
So, as someone whose occupation is superhero,
Yeah.
Iron Man has a healthier relationship with his job.
Yeah.
That's my closing statement.
That's your closing statement.
There we go.
That's all you have.
That's why Iron Man is better. I feel like everything we've discussed, they're very even. Like, we've talked about a lot of topics, and I'm like, okay, Iron Man is better because he has a work-life balance. I like that Iron Man as a character has more character development than I've ever seen Batman have, and I think Iron Man's smarter. I feel like he makes more shit.
Character development. You just haven't read.
You're right. That's true. I don't read Batman comics. You got me
Batman
there.
in the movies, not really. Maybe in.
Yeah,
maybe,
I've seen.
I think in the Robert Pattinson, we'll see some character development.
Yeah, like
Is he
I
growing
expect
up
to, but that's
still?
yeah, 'cause he's really fucked up. that one's fucked. But yeah, I like that Iron Man has character development. I think that makes characters better. Iron Man is smarter because he is able to invent shit that I don't think Batman could invent.
Batman's also a genius.
I think Batman is very smart. I just think Iron Man is smarter. Like, I think Iron Man could out-engineer Batman pretty easily, respectfully. And I think if you put Iron Man on a Batman case, he would figure it out faster.
What do you mean figure it out faster?
I think if you put Iron Man in the what's his name, Robert Pattinson Batman movie, I think he would have solved the riddle quicker. That's hot take.
Okay. First off, Robert Pattinson Batman, he's like 20. He's just starting out as Batman. Dude's just putting the pieces together.
You got me.
If you watch the 1966 Batman, and you see how fast they solve those riddles, dude, it's the funniest shit ever. They'll like read out
Okay,
the
that's
riddle.
quite
It'll
funny.
it'll be like, what's red but smells like blue paint? And they're like, red paint, it's red paint. And it's like instant, like right when they read the riddle, they're like, it's red paint. Immediately. Like they have the
Okay, that's
answer
hilarious.
immediately. And it's the funniest thing ever. And so I think I do want to see I do want to see Iron Man in the Joker fight. I don't think he could ever go against the Joker. I don't think any Marvel superhero could fight a Gotham villain and win at all. Gotham's on a whole nother level. There's this person on TikTok.
I think not MCU Spider-Man specifically, but just as a character, I think Spider-Man could take on Gotham.
I just maybe
I think
because he's already in New York, and so like that maybe.
Like,
But
Spider-Man's a very old superhero, and you see him go through a lot of shit. I think if anyone could do it, it'd be him.
I just don't think he'd be like prepared. I think he'd need like a Robin to train him on what Gotham is like. There's a DC version of Thanos, and Batman has defeated him multiple times.
Well, in the Marvel universe, not MCU, just Marvel, there's like the only person who's stronger than Thanos is Squirrel Girl, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well,
I want to see Batman go against Squirrel Girl.
Batman against
Don't know if he could
Squirrel
take
Girl.
her.
Okay, would you agree? Physically and morally, Batman's a better person, but like mentally and emotionally and
Intellectually,
no, I think they're about the same in that point.
I think Iron Man's smarter.
Yeah, I said mentally.
I'm gonna say yes, but that's only because I do really like that Batman has like a very strict no killing moral thing, and it's not because I think that Iron Man has bad morals. Like, a lot of people think Iron Man has bad morals, and that makes me upset because I feel like they don't like read between the lines, because he has like a really cocky persona that's not like who he actually is, and he is very selfless and tries to do the right thing. And like, so like, I'm agreeing just because Batman has like the perfect moral compass, but not because I think Iron Man also doesn't have a good moral compass. You get what I'm saying? You agree?
Yeah. Squirrel Girl is thick as fuck, dude.
So in that case, we tie this debate.
Yeah. Jury, you're the jury. Comment, who do you think is the better philanthropist billionaire superhero, Batman or Iron Man? And give your
And
reasons
why is it Iron Man?
And why is it Batman? This was the chillest debate. Happy birthday!